Hello, and welcome to another video where we'll be going over our daily thoughts on some of the plays that we made, the stocks that we looked at, and what we'll be looking at tomorrow, just reviewing our plan and basically speaking my thoughts out loud on the matter. Last video, we talked about MVIS Microvision. It had major gains. We had a plan that we wanted to execute, and it pretty much executed perfectly. We were looking for a break of that 120 area, I believe, and then it was 150 area after that, which it broke through that with the peak of 182. We had mentioned in the previous video that historically that stock had gotten up to around 179, 178. So we're looking at that as a major resistance, especially with the price area of the stock, meaning that the stock was a higher value at some point and then had a decline and to where it was a penny stock, and its price area was now penny stock value. As you see, it blew up a little bit here, but looking at its recent history, this is the area of the stock, and that was around the main resistance we saw around 150, and then after that the second resistance was at 179 is where it peaked. We got out around the 170 area, so we made a decent profit off of that, and it spiked down all the way to where it's now $1.02. As mentioned, there are Q1 results, its earnings tomorrow, scheduled for tomorrow. So we're going to be watching that closely. I'll say do your own due diligence if you are looking to play anything before that information is released, but we will be playing this reactively. So whenever that news comes up, we'll play based on how the market reacts to that news and just scalp a few percent profit or not play anything at all, depending on what we see. The volume did spike down a lot as well. As you can see, we had major volume moving up, and now it went down, of course, in regards to the shares that were out. So we'll be watching this closely tomorrow, and we'll see how the earnings goes. Next, we're looking at SEDG. We played SEDG actually, and we played on the trend down. So it went up 16%. We were predicting that it was going to go down a little bit as well. Even though it's overall on an uptrend, we were looking, let's go ahead and switch this to the 15-minute mark. Even though it was an uptrend, we were also, of course, expecting it to correct itself a little bit as people sell some of those shares, and we played on that and placed a put option on there and made a little bit of money off of that. Of course, again, this stock overall looks to be going on an uptrend. This is a great stock long term, actually, but it is also a good way to get a few bucks off of this stock. So we'll see how this goes tomorrow. Once it bounces back, it might be bouncing off of that VWAP, and we'll see how it goes. But for now, we already exited, we already made our profit, and the plan that we had for it executed as we wanted as well. This is an unknown right now. PTLA PTLA had a major over 100%, about 146 160% gain, and it's currently at 1778 in the after hours. We are playing against this stock as well, expectation being that it's going to drop about 10% at least. So we're planning on playing on that. We have a small position in there, so we are comfortable with the level of risk that we have, and it may be different. We might come back tomorrow and see that it exploded and made some major gains and it's at $25, but I honestly don't see that happening. So we'll see how the market reacts tomorrow, but as of right now, we're playing against this stock, hoping for a 10% decline than where it's at right now, and that one's till the end of the week is what we're expecting. Last but not least is GNUS, Genius Brands. This one had a phenomenal explosion in the after hours. It was 160%, 160% in the after hours, and that's because news released that they are putting out a network or a channel for kids shows and stuff, which will be airing across multiple different networks and streaming platforms and everything, some big streaming platforms. So there's high excitement for this. As of right now, the chart you're looking at doesn't reflect the after hours growth. But we are excited for this stock. We don't really see any barriers from the 125 area all the way to $2. So we'll be looking to play this tomorrow, depending on um, what we see in the morning and how the market reacts to it. So if we have enough volume in, right now today we had 115% turnover rate on this stock. It's decent float on this stock, so we'll see how tomorrow looks, but we're gonna try and jump in if there's pullback around $1.10 area to even $1.25 area. We're gonna start with a small position at the $1.25 area, and if it goes down to $1.10, we're gonna add more to that position, but we're not risking anything below $1 for this stock really, and we're looking to have it grow to that $2 point. Now there is going to be some resistance to $2. We're going to see what the actual sell orders look like at that point in time, but if there is major resistance, we're going to pull out, see how the market reacts to that, and then jump back in if needed. But our plan is to go from that 125 and go as high as we can, and just watch the stock itself and the chart as it goes up, and if anything changes that we need to look at, we're going to address it at that point in time. But as of right now, this stock, despite having already gone up 210%, 212% total, we're expecting it to still go a little bit higher. So we're excited for tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. Do your own diligence, of course. Always test your stop losses. Don't lose more money than you're comfortable with losing. And thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe the video. #plugs. And I'll see you next time. Peace.